fucking Filmation. Filmation, best known as the production company behind 80s cartoons such as He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, they have provided the world with many childhood memories and cool characters. And many, many jokes about being the butt of TV animation history, what with their over-reliance on stock footage, stiff animation, painful preachiness, and recycled scripts, premises, and character models. You may remember that I gave the company quite a bit of grief a while back over their Filmation Ghostbusters cartoon, based on this tape that I used to watch as a kid. And I'm not about to take anything back I said about it. To sum it up, the show is pretty terrible. But there was one thing on the tape that made me keep popping it back in, even if I didn't much like the show. And that was the trailer for BraveStarr. BraveStarr was a 1987 series set on a planet called New Texas and detailed the exploits of the titular space marshal as he fought off undead wizards, aliens, and other baddies in a sci-fi western setting. And it looked awesome! Now this cartoon was a bit before my time, and unlike Ghostbusters or He-Man, I never owned a tape with any episodes or saw it on any channels. But this trailer used to get me so hyped. I mean, how was I supposed to resist Space Cowboy He-Man? And the badass theme song certainly didn't hurt.
BraveStarr!
Eyes of a hawk, ears of a wolf. BraveStarr! Strength of a bear, speed of a puma. BraveStarr! Yeah, good memories. Unfortunately, as much as I love this trailer, my lack of patience with Filmation's practices have made it pretty hard for me to ever sit down and try to watch the full 65 episode series. So it's a good thing there's a movie. From what my research tells me, BraveStarr the movie, called BraveStarr the Legend in Europe, was produced at the same time as the show, but not actually released until shortly after the series' conclusion. The movie serves as a prequel detailing how BraveStarr came to New Texas, gained his powers, and became its main force for good against the evil forces of Tex Hex and his master, the evil spirit Stampede. Sadly for Filmation, the film only got a select few screenings and the company closed down shortly after. The movie was, however, later released on DVD, and for someone like me who never saw the show as a kid, this seems like a good way to find out if any of my childish excitement was in any way justified. Let's give it a whirl! The movie begins with a bit of Superman inspiration as the last survivor of a dying planet is preparing to launch a child at a new planet called New Texas before the evil forces that destroyed his home can reach him. We're a minute in and they're already going out of their way to avoid animating arms. Oh lordy. He also pulls the old trope of giving him half an amulet in case they ever meet again. The launch is successful, and with some magic technology mumbo-jumbo, the man coats his ship in meteors, which helps him survive his own crash, and he vows that Stampede's reign will end soon. Stampede is not amused by this, though, and starts looking for an ally. Luckily for him, elsewhere in New Texas, a bandit named Tex is currently enslaving the local critters to mine a valuable crystal called Carium, and has betrayed his own partner McBride to do so. When he gets greedy and crashes his overloaded ship in the desert, Stampede decides to revive him as an undead cowboy sorcerer named Tex Hex, granting him powers such as transformation, destruction, and sorcery. I kind of feel like one of those might possibly include the two others, but okay, sure. And for that matter, Tex has surprisingly few questions about this.
Rise and face your master, Tex Hex.
I live, and I have so much power! Also, holy shit, is that a gigantic demon cyborg wizard bull? Holy shit, holy fuck, don't eat me, oh my god, what's happening? Ah!
McBride, who got knocked off the cliff and lost the use of his legs after Tex took off, is soon picked up by an emergency crew along with BraveStarr's pod. McBride tells them about the rich reserves of Carium on the planet, resulting in an intergalactic gold rush as everyone hurries to New Texas to colonize it, which Stampede plans to use to recruit those who are greedy and evil into an army and destroy those who are good.
You want my treasure? You can have it. I left everything I gathered together in one place. Now you just have to find it.
These words lured men to the Grand Line in pursuit of dreams greater than they'd ever dared to imagine. This is the time known as the Great Pirate Era.
Nope, my bad, wrong show. So New Texas is soon colonized and people settle in fast. Like this tough as fuck barkeep right here.
Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you? Right this way. Sorry to keep you waiting.
And of course, during all this time, xXSteefyLoveXx goes around recruiting a bunch of baddies that I assume are regulars of the series, like Thunderstick, Sandstorm, Vipra, and Cactus Head, who is just a head with a cactus hat running around in some kind of robot frog costume. What? Also, don't actually expect any of them to get to do shit. Just there for the toy sales. The villagers are more than a bit annoyed at xXSteefyLoveXx causing trouble everywhere and demands that the mayor call in some law enforcement. And almost as if to prove the necessity of it, xXSteefyLoveXx strides in on his drunk-ass wobbly horse and tears the town a new asshole just for fun. So sure enough, we then cut to a space marshal ship where our hero, Marshal BraveStarr, is having himself a snooze. At least until he thinks he can get some action.
What are you looking at?
Oh, good. I'm awake. I was afraid you just might be a beautiful dream.
Oh, knock it off.
Denied.
Along with him are McBride, the guy from earlier, now equipped with a flying chair and a race in hand from staying in the pool for too long, as well as his daughter JB, who is said to be the town's new judge.
You must be one of the army of marshals New Texas is waiting for.
I'm a marshal, but there's no army, Mr. McBride. Just me, BraveStarr.
They only sent one marshal?
Well, there's only one uprising.
Careful, Bubbles, your ego is showing.
Stampede is less than amused when he senses BraveStarr's approach and launches a meteor at the ship, which BraveStarr then promptly punches back into space. Holy shit! Strength of a bear, my ass! When was the last time you saw a bear punch a meteor? Unless, of course, he got his strength from a specific bear. Yeah, see, that one I'll believe. Meteor punching aside, BraveStarr claims to not know where he has these powers from, and that he can't quite control them. Since Stampede is too lazy to just throw more meteors at them, the gang soon arrives on New Texas, but the people are unimpressed with the one marshal carrying all the ladies' things.
Gosh, we didn't come to see no judge lady. We're here to see our new marshals.
Oh my god! Is that mortician actually measuring the child? Oh, that is some deliciously dark comedy. I love it. xXSteefyLoveXx arrives to mark his territory, but BraveStarr humiliates him pretty badly with some of JB's things.
Hey! Wow!
So, does anyone else remember that whole transformation, destruction, and sorcery thing? Whatever happened to that? Oh, there it is. Never mind. BraveStarr manages to escape the snakes, but still crashes into the mountains and is knocked unconscious. And when JB tries to follow him, she gets attacked by a seriously pissed off looking version of the raccoons, though she is quickly saved by one of the native critters that live on the planet. When BraveStarr wakes up, he's in the shaman's care, who reveals his identity by showing him the necklace. He then explains how their people once discovered great power on their homeworld that Stampede wanted for himself, although his attempt to steal it ended up destroying the planet. In the explosion, however, a new power was born and took hold inside of BraveStarr, and now that they're together again, they can fully unlock it.
Strength of the bear.
Okay, but what I want to know is, will he still be able to punch meteors? Oh, and JB wakes up in the critter village, learns that our main critter is named Fuzz, and quickly befriends the rest of his people, who give her more desert-appropriate clothes and a new weapon. That just happens to be a gavel-sized hammer. How thematically convenient.
The hammer of justice.
Huh, I guess Batman was right. The hammer of justice is unisex.
The hammer of justice.
Sorry, the hammer of justice. BraveStarr 2 is sent off to some old ruins to retrieve a great weapon, which turns out to just be some kind of laser shotgun. When he goes to grab it, however, he's approached by a strange horse.
Sure are a funny-looking horse, aren't you, boy? We'll find your owner later. Right now, I better get what I came for.
Okay? Our hero just got punched by a horse that suddenly has arms. No, that's cool.
You did not seem evil, so I gave you a chance. But I see now that you have come to plunder like all the others.
No, wait, I can explain.
Lies.
Holy crap! This horse doesn't fuck around! So BraveStarr and the horse, named 3030, duke it out for a while in an admittedly pretty cool fight scene. And when BraveStarr makes it clear that he doesn't want to steal the gun from 3030 and rescues him from the collapsing temple, the cyborg horse joins him as they return to the shaman to inform him that BraveStarr has failed his mission.
You did not fail, BraveStarr. I did not send you to get another toy. I sent you after a great weapon. One that you could trust with your life. This you have found. It is called friendship.
I can't stand people that talk in riddles.
He said our friendship would be our greatest weapon. Where's the riddle in that?
Friendship? Well, it may not be a riddle, but it sure is a joke.
Okay, yes, fine! It's a horse that talks about how friendship is stupid. Laugh it up, everybody. Just get all the My Little Pony jokes out of your system. If they age anything like wine, they might actually be funny by now. So now everybody has gotten their plot upgrades, and they all managed to reconnect on the way back to town from their respective quests. They even actually have the good humor to make a little race out of it.
Why, you got nerve.
We ain't quite at locker room ass-slapping levels of friendship yet, partner. Right now, that's just kinda gay. When the heroes make their way back to the town, xXSteefyLoveXx and his gang has already struck, and a huge brawl ensues. That quite liberally uses footage from the actual show itself and its own intro. Because making anything new would require having to actually animate something in this animated movie. Honestly, that's one of the oddest things about this movie. It was apparently under production at the same time as the show itself, so they both borrow a lot of footage from each other, as is standard for Filmation. But it's really weird when some of the new animation in this movie actually looks pretty cool in places, like in the fight against 3030. I get that Filmation shows are all very low budget, and I get that 80s cartoons in general didn't exactly have a lot of money to throw around, but it seems to me like this is where some of that money should have gone. But then again, I'm not exactly a businessman. Even turning into an imposing giant doesn't actually help Tex-Mex much, however, as BraveStarr just decides to go Asterix on him and punch him into the distance. With a bit of magic, Stampede calls everyone back, and the shaman appears to warn the town that another attack will happen in the morning, this time with the combined armies of xXSteefyLoveXx and Stampede, and that it is time to prepare for a huge battle. So sure enough, everyone on New Texas gets to work on their defenses. So yeah, BraveStarr remembers that he and Handlebars have super strength and start working a bit better, but it's just not enough to get ready for tomorrow's battle. When he learns that Fuzz's species are very good at building stuff, since they are good at building stuff, Fuzz offers to call his tribe to help out. But the mayor refuses, what with being a stereotypically racist white western town mayor and all that.
We don't want the help of these pesky critters.
It's time to put aside all prejudice, Mayor. We need their help. By the way, I was just telling Fuzz that if I ever hear anybody call him Critter, I'd bounce their bottoms right out of town.
Wait. Critter is not the name of their species? Critter is a slur? Oh my god, I've been calling them that this whole time! I'm so sorry! So with a little threat of violence and a fix of the mayor's pocket watch, the heroes convince him to let the prayer people help out, and they all come to assist. But that doesn't keep JB from worrying about the upcoming battle.
And well, I'm...
Scared? I know. Me too.
You're afraid?
Of course. Did you expect me not to be?
Well, I didn't...
Anyone who says they aren't afraid just before a fight is either a liar or not telling the truth. Either a liar or not telling the truth.
Do you want to try that one again, Bright Boy? But yeah, as you can imagine, this leads to a heroic pre-battle kiss between JB and BraveStarr and a set of blue balls for poor Fuzz. Oh wait, that's not Fuss. That's just another random prayer person. I'm sorry, they all kind of look the same to me. Wait, shit, no, I didn't mean that, I'm sorry! Anyway, the day of the big battle arrives, but since the town's defenses still aren't quite ready, BraveStarr, JB, and 3030 head to the front lines to hold xX's army back. They actually managed to wreck quite a lot of ass for a good while, and let me tell ya, this is where the movie starts getting really cool and never really lets up. Or, well, at least it does right after this designated girl-on-girl fight between JB and Vipra. If you're gonna do a designated girl fight, at least make it last a while. Where else are people gonna get their fanfiction ideas? But in all seriousness, it just keeps getting crazier from here. Especially since Stampede finally has enough and enters the scene himself. Okay, I have to say it. This guy is ridiculously fucking cool looking. Please, for the love of God, please tell me they made a toy of him. What, you think I'm joking? Oh no, I'm dead serious. You there, watching this right now. If you have a toy of Stampede that you're willing to depart with, I will do things to you that your partner has not even heard of. Just go ahead, YouTube. Tell me your darkest fantasies. I'm coming for you. And just when you think this is as cool as it gets, we get to see the defenses the people have been building as the entire town starts folding into a giant fortress tank, defending the people from Stampede's demonic skeleton bull army. Holy fucking shit, this is so cool! I mean, are you fucking seeing this? It's like every heavy metal album cover ever made crammed into one battle scene. I take back every joke I've made about this movie. This is fucking fantastic! So the shaman steps in to throw all of his magic at Stampede and his army, but Stampede blasts him with a giant fireball and seemingly kills him. BraveStarr instantly runs to his aid, causing xX to chase him in the shape of a giant flying flaming skull. What the fuck is happening? Does this just keep getting better? Alright, that's it. You know what? I'm getting this whole movie tattooed on every single inch of my body. Be right back. Oh, Jesus, that hurts! Well, xX manages to chase BraveStarr to the edge of a cliff and really wail on him with a bit of a power boost from Stampede as he tries to reach for the shaman's staff. It looks like it's all over for our hero, but when Fuss takes the shot that was intended for him, the Marshal gets a heroic second win and rises to blast away the evil forces. And with a final javelin throw, he manages to kill Stampede off in a glorious explosion, finally putting an end to the Great New Texas War. Also, Fuss and Shaman aren't actually dead. Hooray! So, with the battle over, BraveStarr, JB, and the newly appointed Deputy Fuss swear their loyalty to the people of New Texas and ride off into the sunset towards new adventures, accompanied by the series' theme song. What a fucking badass movie! So, yeah, I probably don't even have to say it by now, but I think this movie is awesome. I mean, I'm not going to pretend it doesn't suffer from a lot of the same trappings as most of Filmation's other work, and I highly doubt the actual show is quite as good as this. It still relies heavily on stock footage. Most characters are still very one-note and look downright lifeless. Some of them don't even get to do anything. It's a super cheesy formulaic good versus evil 80s movie, and its attempts at comic relief are usually just half-assed pandering at the very best. It definitely still has a lot of the worst aspects of 80s cartoons on full display. But, you know, for something that sounds as silly as Space Cowboy He-Man, the main strength in this movie actually lies in how seriously it takes itself. Everything here is just pure, unfiltered badass. As much shit as I give Filmation, it's no secret that their character designs and backgrounds can be very striking, and that is incredibly true of BraveStarr. Everything just looks rad as hell, and the movie has such an amazingly unshakable confidence in its own coolness that it's nearly impossible to ignore it. It's simple to be sure, but if there's even one little bit of a childish spirit left inside you, it's going to be really hard not to want to play along and just enjoy the awesomeness. And yeah, I get that BraveStarr and the Shaman embody every insensitive Native American stereotype of the time, but they're also both never presented as anything less than badass, and are clearly shown to be the most thoroughly heroic and altruistic characters in the movie. So, I'm personally inclined to say that it evens out somewhat. And hey, as it turns out, this series actually only exists because of their Ghostbusters cartoon. According to my research, xX was originally created as a villain for that show, but everyone liked him so much that they built a whole new show around him. So something good came out of that mess after all, and boy am I glad it did. Finally getting to see BraveStarr in action after all these years was an absolute treat for me. And if you have any love for 80s cartoon aesthetics or just some silly action fun, it just might be a treat for you too. Thanks for watching everybody, and see you next time. Howdy partners! Thanks a ton for watching, and please excuse my lame ass cowboy greeting. If you like what you saw, please press the like button and leave me a comment about some of your own favorite obscure 80s cartoons. And if you want to see more like this, subscribe to my channel and click the little bell to be notified the instant new reviews, top 10s, recommendations, and other nerdy stuff is done. And finally, big thanks to John Algetz and my other patrons. If you want to support me or follow me online, you can find links to my Patreon page and my social media in the description below. See you next time, everybody!